before the dust of earth ever carried breath. Heaven already had a king, and heaven itself moved like worship. Light flowed through eternity like rivers without end. The stars were not yet feared. The darkness had not yet learned rebellion, and all creation existed in perfect harmony beneath the throne of God. The throne of God stood above all things, not built by hands, not formed by time, but eternal. Fire moved before him like living breath. Light surrounded him beyond understanding, and throughout heaven, angels bowed in endless reverence. Every sound carried worship, every movement carried purpose. Nothing in heaven desired glory for itself, until one creation began to look at himself for too long. Among all created beings, one stood above the rest. He was not an ordinary angel. He was perfection wrapped in glory. Wisdom flowed through him like light through crystal. Beauty rested upon him like a crown. And the stones upon him were unlike anything creation had ever seen. Sardius, topaz, diamond, beryl, onyx, jasper, sapphire, emerald, carbuncle, and gold. The treasures of heaven were woven into his very being. The stones upon him did not merely shine, they lived. Light moved inside them like breathing fire. Their beauty was not lifeless decoration, but divine craftsmanship. Creation itself seemed to respond to his presence. Music was built into him, not learned, not practiced, but created within him from the beginning. Melodies flowed through his being like living currents, and when worship rose through heaven, he carried its beauty like fire carries heat. He was not merely close to worship, he was woven into it. And for ages beyond human understanding, he stood in the presence of God untouched by corruption. But perfection is not the same as surrender. And one day, silence became dangerous. Lucifer began to look upon himself, not upon the throne, but upon his own glory, his own beauty, his own splendor, and slowly, the one who reflected light began to desire it for himself. Then came the thought, quiet at first, almost harmless. Why should all glory belong to him? Why should all worship rise forever toward another throne? And in the silence of heaven, pride was born. No war had begun yet, no angel had fallen, no judgment had been spoken, but eternity had already changed. Because the deadliest rebellion does not begin with action, it begins with thought. Heaven did not fall into darkness in a single moment. It shifted slowly, almost silently. At first, his rebellion did not sound like rebellion. It sounded like questions, quiet thoughts.
Why should worship belong to only one? Why should glory rise towards a single throne?
And slowly, thoughts became influence. Influence became division. And heaven began to listen to a voice it had never questioned before. Lucifer had stood near glory for ages beyond measure, but now, he no longer wanted to reflect greatness. He wanted to possess it. The beauty once given to him by God became the mirror through which pride was born. And the higher he looked upon himself, the lower his heart descended. Then came the moment heaven would never forget. Lucifer lifted himself toward the mountain of God, and before the hosts of heaven he spoke the words that shattered eternity.
I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation, will ascend above the height of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
And then, silence. No worship moved, no angel spoke. Even heaven itself seemed to pause beneath the weight of what had been said. For the first time in eternity, creation had challenged the Creator.
Glory to the Almighty. The throne is established forever.
Then another presence emerged from the armies of heaven. Rose like fire forged into form, not with pride, not with ambition, but with authority born from obedience. And standing before Lucifer, Michael spoke.
Heaven did not crown you. Heaven created you.
The hosts of heaven divided. Some remained before the throne in worship. Others followed the beauty that once reflected God. And across eternity, a war prepared itself. Not a war of flesh, but a war of loyalty. A war between surrender and self-exaltation. Then heaven erupted. Light collided against light. Wings moved like storms across eternity. The music of worship became the sound of conflict, and the perfection that once covered heaven was torn apart by rebellion.
Holy,
For war did not begin on earth. It began in the presence of God. Then the throne spoke, and all of heaven trembled. Then the throne spoke.
You were perfect until iniquity was found in you.
reflected glory began to collapse beneath judgment. The light within Lucifer fractured, and the stones that once radiated heaven now witnessed his fall. Lucifer was cast down from the mountain of God, and the angels who followed him fell with him. Through collapsing light, through shattered glory, through the ruins of their rebellion, they descended into darkness. The highest among creation, Akamukao, became the first to fall. Silence of the abyss, Lucifer rose again, but he was no longer what he had once been. The light was gone, the beauty remained only as memory, and the one once called the morning star became the adversary of heaven itself. Far below the war of heaven, another world waited, untouched, unfallen, alive. And the darkness cast out from eternity turned its eyes toward earth. If Lucifer could fall in heaven itself, what do you think is the greatest danger to humanity today? Pride, power, or deception? Comment your answer below. And if you want part 2, how Satan entered Eden, type part 2 in the comments.